There. Thank you, Michael, for the time today. And we were talking about it at the presser. What has this last 2 months just been like for you? It's been such a whirlwind from coming from St. Patrick's Day to coming up on Friday night. What's it been like for you?
It's been tough, training's been tough, and I'm not going to lie, training camp doesn't be easy. I'm in there spotting world champions and top prospects, so, it has been tough, but I've enjoyed it.
How do you stay focused, just with everything going on around you? How do you stay centered when you get a lot of young guys start looking one way, start looking the other way, and not staying focused like they should be?
I've had a young family, man. I've got a fiance and a daughter at 2 years of age, so they're my focus and my drive. They're people who should be grounded, and that's what I feel is the main thing for young prospects is to stay grounded. Listen, there's a lot of hate around me and a lot of stuff around me, but I gotta remain grounded. I gotta focus and I gotta put the work in. I can't think I'm bigger than what I am.
Have you talked to any fighters, whether it's in boxing or MMA, to really get you focused in and maybe give you some tips of how to handle everything?
Matthew Mick, my manager. Matthew's fought for 3 world champions, and he's the guy who keeps me grounded and tells me what to do and what not to do, and a great advisor to me.
You came off the fight, and then everything happened with Conor. When you came out with Conor came with the flag, and then it seemed like some of the shine was taken away from you after Conor did a little media session right after the fight. And did you feel that took away any of your shine at all?
No, I don't think so. I don't feel so. Connor's Conor, and Conor does what he does, but I felt it didn't bother me, and I don't think it affected my night at all. And I don't think Conor felt it affected my night. People kind of make more of what it was, but whatever, it's no problem. I had a great night, I had great publicity, and I'm happy for Conor. I'm happy for what he's doing.
Do you feel that it helped you? Because a lot more people were talking about you after everything happened.
100%. Listen, if you add Conor McGregor to any equation, he adds, he multiplies. He gets people involved. People want to watch. People want to see what's going on. Want to see who's involved. Want to be a part of him. He's an appealing customer, so people want to be with him. And I think having with me and being associated with Conor is fantastic.
Have you talked to him in the lead up to this fight at all, or have you guys have stayed away?
No, I've spoken to him. He's wished me good luck, and he's just Conor. He's a good down to earth guy.
What does this mean for Irish sports? Just because you had Conor and now you got yourself coming up, and what does it mean to the country of Ireland to see successful athletes? They haven't had a lot of mainstream athletes, and now it's you and Conor are right at the forefront.
I think it's great for Ireland. As a country, we're a fighting country. There's a lot of great fighters in Ireland, and we've never probably got the accolades we deserve. But now with Conor leading the way, especially with a good media back behind us, it's going very well.
What do you make of him boxing? There's been a lot of criticism about why is he going to go in there and why is he going to do this?
There's going to be an awful lot of criticism. It's a completely different sport than MMA, but at the same time, he has experience in boxing, and he's not just going into boxing. He's in the boxing to make the biggest fight, And listen, he's a guy who I know 100% believe. It's a guy I've never seen belief like it. When he believes in himself, and you can never doubt someone like that. I'm not going to say he's going to beat Mayweather. I'm not going to say anything like that, but at the same time, you can never write anybody off. It's a sport of boxing where one punch can change a fight.
Would you work with him at all? Have you already worked with him and given him some tips of, hey, just in terms of like footwork and hand-eye coordination?
He asked me to come to the training camp when he started training camp for Mayweather. He'd like me to be a part of the camp, and then I'm not going to be sparring with or anything, but I'll be down, and obviously he'll probably be looking at a bit of boxing face, or maybe off me or off my coach. We'll see how it goes.
Now, talking about this fight, and we were brought it up at the presser. It'd be about 8 weeks between your last fight and this fight, and then you're looking right around 6 weeks from this fight if you win, and you'll fight on July 1st. Yeah. When is it too much? When is it time to maybe I shouldn't fight so much, or is it something you just want to keep doing? Fight maybe every 4 to 6 weeks and just stay active.
In the amateurs, I boxed 6 times in like 3 weeks, or like usually sometimes you fight 5 times in 1 week in a tournament. So you're used to competing competitively. I feel that as I want to start in my career, I need to get the rounds, I need to get the fights, I need to build my record. And fighting regular enough is going to do that for me. I think when you get to a stage where you're, fringe level, coming towards things, you obviously have to slow it down. But now at the beginning, at the start, I need to get a good run of things and get that pro experience.
You were a little disappointed if you went on say if you went on Friday night, that you're not fighting in Ireland next, or is it? No. Or do you feel like that time will come and it'll get bigger?
We have a plan. Ireland will be this year. And, you know, it's a great plan, and the way we've laid things out, I'm happy with how everything's processing, and you know, it's going very, very well.
What would it mean to fight on a card with Manny Pacquiao?
Listen, Pacquiao was one of my favorite fighters. He was my favorite fighter a few years ago. Like, you know, he has went a bit backwards. Well, not backwards. He's just slowed down a bit. You know, and it's an honour to be fighting in his corner because he's someone I've always looked up to, someone I've admired. And I never in my life thought that I would be fighting Manny Pacquiao's undercard because he was the man when I was a kid. You know, he was the top guy. And now I'm boxing co-main feature on the undercard. You can't rate it?
No, not at all. And final question, what do you feel you need to do to win on Friday night?
I just need to win and be myself. Simple as that. I just need to perform. I'll win. It doesn't matter what I do or what my opponent does. Sorry, I'll just win and I'll get the victory. And that'll be enough.
Michael, thank you for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.